Hello listeners and welcome to the first ever Xtra End podcast. My name's Chris Wright, I'm the host of this show and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by my co-host Wingy, aka Mark Letman.
Hello everyone.
Had that the wrong way round, but never mind. How are you doing, Mark? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Yeah, looking forward to doing this?
Yeah, brand new concept, mate. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so guys, this is, a totally new concept that we've, put together. Podcast's been around for a couple of years now, but none, as far as I'm aware, about bowls. So we thought, we'd sort of try and get involved in that market. We want to give everyone a platform on this show to hear your views on how to improve this wonderful game of ours, but please bear with us and give us a bit of patience. You can interact with us via social media. They're available on the screen. And if anyone wants to come on the show, you're more than welcome. This is all about giving everybody in Welsh Bowls and beyond the opportunity to hear their voice. Isn't that right, Mark?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, it's we're hoping to bring you regular podcasts. It's not going to be every week because obviously we have got jobs to do. Well, I have.
Yeah.
So we'll cover tournaments. We'll go to clubs. We'll promote the clubs if they invite us over. We'll interview members and everything like that. But this podcast is for a bit of fun. It is to raise the profile of the game in Wales. Bowls in general is a dwindling sport, so we want to put a bit of fun back into it all. And these days, kids are on their phones, and God knows what on their phones. So
listen to us on your phones.
Absolutely. But here at the Xtra End, we just want to discuss ways forward to promote the game. And if that means working with clubs, counties, governing bodies, then we'd be delighted to help towards that.
Yeah, and hopefully come live a few times. Maybe, come to a few competitions. Mark, you'll probably be involved in them because you're a bit better than me.
No, I won't be in there long, mate.
Well, not if you're playing with Dave and Damien again, the two drums. But no, like we said, this is for everyone to get involved. We'll be running a few polls, a few competitions, hopefully further down the line. And, it'd be great to see, the younger, the older generation, female, males, everybody get involved in the show.
This show will be as good as this feedback from you guys. And if you get involved on Facebook, like we said, Twitter, and feed us with ammunition, we'll talk about for endless hours on this show. So get involved. It'd be a great way forward. But
we want to make sure that we are doing it in the right way. We don't want to lambast any any officials, anybody that gives up their time for this great game. I think we can all get frustrated at times about the game and about the way it's progressing. But as a nation, we have made quite monumental steps over the last couple of years.
That's quite right, mate. These people in position, they do a great job. We're just there to help them along the way, if need be. But no, this is not a platform to have a go at people in the slightest. And if anything's on the Facebook that way, we're going to kind of ignore it. Is that right, mate? Or?
Yeah. Like I said, we want everyone to be constructive about this game.
Right.
It's all about making it better. And even if you want to make a website for the Welsh, you can get yourself a place in that team then as well. Right?
What a great idea.
Right, so today we're going to discuss all about the youngsters in Wales and what a fabulous weekend, 2 weekends really. Firstly the female under 25s, in Belfast, they managed to defeat the hosts, which was great. But obviously we're all talking about this weekend. What a fabulous achievement, by the Welsh under 25s men.
Superb. I mean, I'm not sure if they 14 years, is it, mate?
15, I think.
15?
Yeah.
Palmerston, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah.
I'm not sure where that is, but
No, but I mean, they had a great start against
Ireland,
and I laid the platform really because they go into the Scotland game after winning the first. It's like any competition, and you win your first game, gives you the confidence, and the Scots are a bit of a powerhouse, and to level, they went in their level, and then the big game then on the Sunday morning. So and of course they beat England, who've. Well, between Scotland and England, they've been sharing it for the past 15 years. So they upset the apple cart. So such a great performance by them.
And 3 tight games as well. To show that nerve, it over 3 games is, fantastic. Obviously, having 2, fabulous players in Ross Owen and Dan Salmon in your team is worth 10, 15 shots alone. But it seems like everyone in that team this weekend stepped up. Even players who probably haven't been at the top of their game consistently as Ross and Dan. They really come to fruition this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Ross and Dan, but the two massive performers were actually on the other rink, weren't they, mate? I think Jordan and Liam's rink. I mean, Liam in particular. I mean, they had some great wins, you know. So, yeah, like you said, Ross and Dan are two world-class players, you know, and will be for a long, long time to come. But you could tell it was a massive team performance because, like I said, Liam's rink and Jordan's rink, they're unbeaten throughout.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just brilliant. Fair dues.
And how much is that mascot worth? Leighton Davis, special mention to him. Fabulous.
He is different level. I've been fortunate enough to play in a side that he's actually supporting and not against.
Yeah.
And I much prefer him on my team than against me, let me tell you. The man is, they all say about 17th man or whatever it is, you know, the extra person on the bank. But he is different level. No matter how far down you are, no matter how far up you are, that man bellows out his support.
Relentless.
And I tell you what, he is a credit to an international series.
Yeah. I'm thinking about setting up a special campaign to get him that Welsh cap. I think he deserves it. Hey, you never know, wouldn't you? Come on,
I'll
Leighton.
get him a Welsh bobble hat.
Yeah, well, it might fit his head. Well done, Leighton, anyway.
Well done, Leighton, mate.
Anyway, right, so moving on with the show, we are delighted to have the successful under-25s captain and one of the men of the moment, Ross Owen, on the phone. Hello, Ross.
Chris, how's it going? Good, thanks, you right?
Good. So, great weekend, Ross. How does it feel to guide the team to their first series win in 15 years?
Oh, it was actually unbelievable feeling, Chris. It was awesome, to be honest. Best feeling I've ever had in bowls, and I've been pretty successful over the last couple of years, but that topped absolutely everything. It was absolutely unbelievable feeling.
I can imagine. Always better beating the English to win the trophy as well, innit?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was all. Managed to beat England, so it was. Yeah, it's always nice to get one over on them, definitely.
Yeah, and you know we were speaking then, me and Mark, because as I'm sure you're aware, a lot of the focus is on you and Dan. You know, see playing together now in the Atlantic Rim in a pair. You know, it was great to see, you know, the other two rinks skipped by Bowsy, Liam and Jordan both return with 100% success rate on their rinks.
Oh yeah, definitely. Them boys really did a lot of damage for us. To be fair, Christian Crocker playing third with Liam Bowes and Jordan Davis skipping the other rink were absolutely phenomenal all weekend. They were probably our two stand-up performers. So it was nice to see that there is other people that youngsters in Wales that are now stepped up to mark as well. So it was good just to see that because it was certainly what was needed this weekend. Yeah,
it's obviously critical there that you said you know, about players stepping up, because this was yours, Dan's, Jordan's, and Dale McCarthy's all your last series, wasn't it? It was, yeah. Obviously. Us four been playing together a long time now, and it was nice to get a job done on our last year. But it sets them up in a good step because it's good for the youngsters coming through the team now, so they know what it's all about, and hopefully maybe not next year, but they got time to build, and hopefully win it again soon in the next few years. Yeah, you know. Obviously fantastic performance, and you know the foundations of yours and Dan's and a lot of the other youngsters' success was set up many years ago when you know the likes of Nigel Williams and the selectors from like the late 2000s, early 2010s were happy to put you youngsters in the senior Welsh team and give you that platform to deal with the pressure, deal with the big games, and how grateful are you to them for putting you in that team at such an early age? Yeah, definitely. Me and the likes of me and Dan and even Liam Bowes, Jordan also, we got given the opportunity at a young age, and it's sometimes very easy to shy away from giving youngsters the opportunity to play in the full team and what have you. But no, we were lucky enough to be given the opportunity, and thankfully we took it and we retained our place in the team. But yeah, we owe a lot to the likes of Nigel Williams for what he did for us back, many years ago, picking us in the full team, and got experience from that and just pushed on ever since, really. Yeah, and now he's going to be playing alongside you boys in the senior team next month. Getting a recall, isn't he, after many years out of the team?
He is, yeah. To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of Nigel as a player myself.
Yeah.
He actually played against me as a skip in Swansea this year, and he was outstanding that day. But
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see what he does at Leeds. I'm sure he's more than capable from what I've heard from his previous days, and hope he lives up to his reputation.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he'll do a good job, and obviously his experience in quite a youthful Welsh team will come in handy. How are you feeling about your chances in that series, Ross? You confident now on the back of this weekend?
Well, funny you should say that, Chris, because I was informed on the weekend that the last time the full team won the international series was actually the same year that the under-25s won the series. So
Good omen.
yeah, obviously, yeah, it is a good omen. Obviously, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult than it was this weekend because we had high expectations going into this weekend, where the expectations are not going to be as high, I don't think, for the full series. But there's no reason why we can't win it. It's a very strong team and one that's going to compete, I think. But yeah, we'll be going in there thinking that we can do a job. So who knows? But we definitely be up for a challenge, I think.
Yeah, well, the future certainly looks bright, for Wales. Obviously, just looking in this junior team, you got, Mikey Brain, who played third to Jordan, who was the Welsh singles champion this year. Fantastic. I know, obviously, he took your crown from you, Ross. But I'm sure it was nice, to hand over the baton to another youngster, was it? In terms of the pain of losing a game.
Oh yeah, definitely. And on the day, Mikey fully deserved his win. He was absolutely outstanding against me in the final, and he beaten a lot of good players on the way there. Like he beat the likes of in the semi-final. He beat Dave Kingdom, who's a great singles player in his own right. He beat Robert Chisholm, who was been in the world's top 20 in the past. He beat John Price, who's still a good player, still a class player. So he's beaten a lot of good players, and he's fully deserved his. So yeah, obviously he was gutting to lose, but it was, like you say, it was nice to give the title over to another youngster, to be honest.
No, that was great. Well, look, it's been great to have you on the show, Ross. Thank you very much for joining us. All the best now
no
for.
Problem. Thanks, boys.
No, that's fine. Great to have you on the show. All the best now for next month. Hopefully you can make it a double. And then on to the outdoors, where I'm sure more success will come your way. And hopefully for you and Dan. Cheers, Ross.
Okay, thanks very much, boys. Cheers, boys. And
top man.
hope you have many success with your show, boys. Nice to see something the game moving forward a little bit.
Oh, top man. You'll have to come down to the studio one day.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be good.
That's great. Cheers, Ross. Take care.
Cheers, boys.
Bye.
Do you know, mate, what an absolute delight he is on and off. He's a class act on and off the green, Ross. Yeah. I mean, he's such a nice person.
Great ambassador.
Everyone knows how good he is. He's superb on the green. Such a class player. But I just like his personality, the way he is off the green. Do you know what? I mean, as you know, we went up there and beat Harlequins by 1 on the last ball. And they had a massive run in the Carruthers. I think they won it the year before and everything. And he spoke with such dignity afterwards. I thought, now there's a future Welsh, senior Welsh captain in the making. Because the way he handled himself in his speech, the way he praised us, the way he praised his own players, he was a pleasure to listen to. And there's me bumbling on, and we actually went up there. But he was all credit to him. The man oozes class on and off the green, and he's one of Wales's massive assets, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was a Welsh team captain in 5 years' time. No, I don't care how young he is. The man has got it.
Yeah, he has, and obviously having so many leaders around him, such as director of bowls Steve Rees and his assistant Ian Slade this weekend. Massive, obviously, well, congratulations to them. Because it's very important in this setup that we get the right people involved, and those two, are definitely ones that we need involved, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone knows about Steve Rees and what he's done in the past. He's played in the Worlds. He's different level himself, but the amount of experience he can bring to teams is unquestionable. Slady, his team management stock is going right up and up and up. When he got to get involved with Monmouthshire and things like that. So the pair of them, they can take Welsh indoor bowls a long way. and they've started really well this weekend.
Yeah. The Brian Clough and Peter Taylor Welsh Bulls, hopefully.
Absolutely, let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Okay, so the men's junior team weren't the only ones in action this weekend. A couple of weekends ago, the girls took their part over to Ireland and competed in the junior female series. And I'm delighted now to have my old mate and the girls' team manager, Steve Jackson, on the phone. Hello, Steve.
I'm good, Mark. Thanks. Yeah. Dave? No, not Dave.
Yes, that's right on the other end. Mate, firstly, congratulations on the team manager's role. And you must have been bursting with pride to start off with watching your two daughters take the green in the Welsh shirt. How did that feel, mate?
It was a bit surreal, really, because when I was looking at the team sheet, it was team manager Steve Jackson, captain Chloe Jackson, and then the first lead was Olivia Jackson. I'm thinking, never thought I'd see the day having two girls rather than a boy. I never thought I'd play rugby or bowls with either of them. But it was a really proud moment. Really proud moment.
Oh, it's tremendous, mate. And you can't fault a bit of nepotism, as I'm finding out these days.
Luckily,
I'm only joking, pal.
Luckily, I have nothing to do with selection, but
no, it's fantastic. So how did the weekend go then, mate? Because I know you didn't start off the best against Scotland, but they're a pretty strong side. But the weekend seemed to be getting better for you. You know, the results were getting better. Is that how you saw it?
Yeah,
or?
I think it was always going to be a tough ask playing England first and then Scotland on one day. To be fair to the girls, I didn't want to flood them with information in the build-up to it, but I just asked them to do a few things. And so the main thing really was to enjoy it, have fun. You know, at the end of the day, bowls is a game, and you should be enjoying it. And if you're enjoying something, you generally do it well. And to be fair to them, they took that to heart. They played really, really well. They competed right up to the usual Welsh mark of about 15 ends.
Yeah.
And there was only one shot in the game. And in the end, England's strength, I suppose, just pulled them away a bit. But a 20-shot loss against England, where is probably an improvement of about 80 shots on last year.
Absolutely.
So that was a big thing, and they played well. They fought. They did it with a lot of fun as well. The Scottish game then in the afternoon was a bit of a disappointment in so much as they sort of ran out of energy in terms of playing two games in one day was sort of a bit more than most of them had actually ever done, really. Because I think the game in Wales is geared up around 2-hour sessions, really, if you look at it, league sessions.
Right. Yeah.
And we don't have the structure that England and Scotland have. You know, they've got their own under-25 leagues, even in the ladies' set. So it's really a case of, that's one of my lessons learned for next year, really, is to try and structure the practice so that it gives them a little bit more of the two-game scenario, because that's always going to be the case. With this, same with the boys' juniors, they only play over the 2 days. So
I was going to ask you, actually, mate. Yeah, about going forward. And what's the pool of players like you got to choose on, mate? Is it, are we talking, is that what you got, or is there anyone knocking on the door? Or?
It's not the hundreds that England and Scotland have got. We've probably got, I would say there's probably about 25, 30. One of my jobs is going to be to get around the clubs and try and encourage them to put forward the girls that they've got there, even if they're too young or they think they're not ready for it. We'd like to get them involved and, do a bit of coaching with them and get them involved in the setup so that they're ready for it as it comes through. I need to sort of get some sort of feeder system through, so we're getting layers coming behind the ones we've got. I mean, the group that's there now, we've lost 3 players this year who are now over age. But the next oldest now, there's 2 at 21. The rest are all under 18. So there's a group of players there that that could be together for the next sort of 6-8 years if they have me for that long. I don't know, but that's the thing that sort of excited me and made me want to go for the job. Really, to do that.
And it sounds like I mean, and you got a massive sporting background, not just bowls, Steve. Obviously, you played rugby at a high level. You can integrate certain things you've learned along your route of playing at the top level, and it looks as if you really got a plan together. And it is refreshing to hear your thoughts and your opinions, Steve, because the future looks bright. I got to be honest, and you can build on our last Ireland win. I'm sure you will, and I'm sure that's the message you give to the girls at the end of it.
Well, that's it. I mean, it was a big learning curve for them anyway, for most of them, because a lot of them, I say, apart from the 3 we've sort of lost this year, who played for the last 10 years probably between them. This lot, they've probably had a couple of series at most, and sort of 3 of them were making their debut as well. So it's all new to them, and that was why I wanted to try and sort of push the fun element of it. And I mean, I played under a lot of team managers, as you said, in bowls and in rugby. And, once I want to put my own stamp on it, I'd be daft not to sort of learn from what they've done, and also sort of try and take some of my frustrations from playing, particularly international bowls. Nothing's perfect, so you just try and put your twist on it, but learning from what you've sort of seen and done in the past. So that's what I'm hoping to do, really.
Oh, well done, mate. Hey, mate, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. It's such an important factor, our youngsters, and I think the game is in good hands indoor where you're concerned, mate. So well done on that, and let's hope the future's a bit brighter for you in next year.
Thanks
Cheers,
very
Steve.
much. Very kind of you. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, pal.
Thanks, buddy.
Take care, mate. Bye.
No, it's really encouraging to hear that from Steve. A great guy, and like you said, his experience in the game and other sports invaluable. And
the interview, he said it all really, and I think the game's in good hands under Steve.
Yeah. Hopefully, he can encourage a larger pot of pool of players really to come on board and boost the female game going forward. Because I think sometimes as a male, you only tend to think about the male game, but we want to see all the Welsh bowls thrive.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
Definitely. So, guys, that wraps up today's podcast. Thank you very much for listening. We will be back with you in a fortnight. We'll be we're happy to announce we'll have Director of Bowls Steve Rees on with us. That'll be one to look forward to.
Yeah, for the Jack.
Yeah, shame about that, but can't have it all, can we? They got a few down there, unfortunately. But we'll leave the football. I'm sure he's still buzzing about yesterday. Great day for him, wasn't it? Football and bowls. Yeah. Haven't had that much luck since he met Yvonne. Well done, Steve.
Let's hope they draw Man City in the next round.
Yeah, let's hope so. But no, we'll be back in a fortnight. We'll obviously let you know the time and date when we're doing it. But we want everyone to get involved, so please give us your feedback, Mark. We want that, don't we?
Absolutely, mate. We'll take all the criticism in the world. We don't care. Like I said, I'm no Chris Evans. The closest I got is ginger hair.
No, I agree
but
with that.
no, get involved. I mean, we can. Like I said, this podcast isn't for me and Righty. It's for all you lot. So feel free to air your opinions and get involved. And this show will only be as good as you lot.
Yeah, we need you to interact. Like I said, this is something new. We don't want just people in Welsh bowls. We're happy to talk about the game in general. Hopefully we'll be able to maybe get some of our players from Australia and all that on the show maybe one day.
Well, that's right, mate. We hope to cover the Atlantics, don't we? We're going to go to the clubs and set up our podcast studio on the road. So we're hoping we just won't keep it to our own Welsh contingent. We'll try and branch out globally.
Exactly. So guys, we want you to interact on social media. So like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, get your questions in or get your feedback. It'll all be welcome, and we'll be with you again soon. Thank you.
Cheers. Take care.